A new wave of legal trouble has pulled Jay-Z back into the headlines, this time through his ties with Diddy. The pressure around Diddy keeps mounting, and rapper 50 Cent seems determined to put everyone in his circle under a microscope. Reports now suggest that Diddy's attorneys are working aggressively to delay his trial, possibly stretching it out for years. But prosecutors aren't backing down. A new indictment hints at the scale of the case, with allegations that the number of people harmed by Diddy could be in the hundreds. On top of that, Cassie, who has already shaken the industry with her claims, is preparing to testify. Her voice alone could tip the balance in this case. With so many major names connected to Diddy, the spotlight is widening fast.
Puff haven't liked each other business-wise for a long time.
Well, that's why. It's only business. It was really... Away from that, I explained why I didn't hang out with him. Right? Because it's a little fluffy stuff going on.
It's not your scene.
It's not my style.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. Like, and I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. Like, and now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards. Or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. Now, when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter, like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, yo, I gotta spend $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this. And it's in it only because he's uncomfortable. You don't hear him talking about French. French was right there.
Yeah.
Right? Why you get so quiet? You guys make me feel like I'm scared.
Well, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot.
No, they see this. You see this. They see this.
They see it.
Nah, you see this. They want to act like that. Oh, we got nothing to do with that. If we could just...
No, that ain't it.
Believe it or not, Diddy's biggest headache right now might not be prosecutors. It could be 50 Cent. His relentless focus on exposing what he calls Diddy's secrets has only added fuel to the fire. On a recent podcast, 50 revealed how Meek Mill showed up to a party in coordinated outfits with Diddy. According to him, Diddy once invited him to shop together as well, but 50 quickly declined after realizing the hidden meaning behind the invite. Meek, however, went along, perhaps seeing it as a shortcut to climb higher in the industry. For 50 Cent, it was yet another example of how Diddy operates and why so many artists end up tied to him.
You got close when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop. Stop it. You set that up. Look, obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. Guys may say to a girl, let me take a shot. See? Damn. They found it that quick.
What do you think's happening in the middle?
I don't know what's going on there. Because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we got to hang out now. Hang out.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know, maybe I'll take you shopping and I get you some flash and you could give me the hood. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm going to mess up the way. Certain things, they let it go by because it's Puff. He wasn't like in the closet. He was like in the hallway.
All these years, you being the only one calling this out.
No, I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
You're a hater. They say you're crazy.
You do this. Yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting.
Jay-Z isn't escaping the heat either. His long-standing friendship with Diddy, along with his partnership with Beyoncé, is drawing new attention. Critics, including 50 Cent, argue that Jay-Z and Beyoncé represent everything wrong with how power works in the entertainment world. Whispers suggest their marriage is less about romance and more about business strategy, making them prime players in this larger controversy. With Diddy, Jay-Z, and Beyoncé often moving in the same elite circles, it's no surprise Jay-Z's name keeps popping up whenever Diddy's scandal is mentioned. The public is now asking how deep those connections truly go.
Hey, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. The game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a Black Billionaires Lunch. Yeah. You understand? Right. And we here together and we're going to keep staying together. We getting tighter. You know what I'm saying? And united we stand. And ain't nothing else to us. Right?
50 Cent has made one thing clear. He's not stopping with just a few names. Meek Mill and Jay-Z might be in the spotlight now, but he claims they're only the beginning. His mission is to peel back the layers of Diddy's network and expose anyone who knowingly played a role or turned a blind eye. The deeper he digs, the more names he says will come forward. For those who thought this scandal would fade quickly, 50 is making sure it stays front and center.
Jay-Z's career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16, 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go, prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see their kids even have Grammys. Like, they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just...
Let's rewind to Diddy's circle in 2010. Many of the celebrities who once called themselves his closest friends now distance themselves, like they barely knew him. But the list of names is undeniable. Busta Rhymes, Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, and Usher all stood beside him during his peak. Fast forward to 2018, when a shocking incident at Trump's National Doral Golf Course in Miami forced the venue to close temporarily after a shooting. The man at the center, Jonathan Audi, claimed he was being controlled by Diddy and described himself as one of Diddy's victims. Allegations like these raise questions about what really went on behind closed doors and why so many kept silent.
One person who was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he's gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take but he won't shoot.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. We are still seeing a major effort to protect the big names, just like with Jeffrey.
Now, a new civil lawsuit has taken things even further, naming Jay-Z, Beyonce, and even LeBron James. The suit alleges they attended a party hosted by Diddy where a man named Joseph Manzaro was drugged, transported against his will, and abused. According to the claims, this wasn't random. It was part of an organized and coercive criminal operation facilitated by Diddy and his associates in 2015. The more this unfolds, the more high-profile names get pulled into the legal storm. If proven true, it could become one of the most far-reaching scandals the entertainment industry has ever seen.
Going in. You better believe it. Shout at Def Jam. We the best. Know what it is. It's 2010, baby. It's the takeover. I'm going in.
Happy New Year to the whole planet. God is the greatest. Real talk. And you know, I mean, if there's anything that somebody can say better than that, I'm all ears. But with that being said, continuous blessings to the whole entire universe.
Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay. Okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay?
Who supporter?
Hamas.
Hamas. Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worries.
Hamas supporter. Okay?
Right.
I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot.
Hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
But it's not only rappers caught up in the speculation. Some of Hollywood's biggest stars, including Will Smith and Jennifer Lopez, are rumored to have ties to Diddy's private world. Stories of both attending his infamous parties have circulated for years, even surfacing in late-night comedy. Will largely stayed quiet back then, but his recent comments suggest he may finally be speaking up to protect himself. Insiders believe he knows he could be named in lawsuits as investigators widen their search for witnesses and evidence.
Sean Diddy Combs is facing new accusations of human trafficking as he awaits his federal trial. In a civil case filed in Florida April 1st, Joseph Manzaro alleges, according to court documents obtained by E! News, that he was drugged, transported against his will, and sexually maimed as a victim of a coercive and organized criminal enterprise facilitated by Combs and others back in 2015, and names celebs such as Beyonce, Jay-Z, and LeBron James as witnesses in the lawsuit. In his filing, Manzaro says the alleged events took place in April 2015. He states that he lost consciousness after feeling a, quote, greasy substance resembling Vaseline as he opened the front door to his home, after which he says he was transported to another residence, where an associate of Combs allegedly told him that the music mogul wanted him brought to a freak-off event. Manzaro alleges in the suit he was secretly transferred to the music producer's home through a concealed tunnel allegedly connected to Gloria Estefan and Emilio Estefan's Miami property. He alleges that upon regaining partial consciousness, he found himself inside a large party area upon information and belief that it was a birthday party for Combs' then 17-year-old son Christian Combs. There he was allegedly forced to appear in a penis mask. The lawsuit states, Jay-Z and Beyonce Knowles Carter were seated in the room, and upon seeing Manzaro, Beyonce Knowles Carter asked, "What's this? What's this all about? Why is this half-naked white man with a penis mask standing here in front of me?" Manzaro alleges in the lawsuit that he was then forcibly paraded through multiple rooms filled with people who were jeering and taunting him.
High-profile individuals, including Jacob Arabo, Jay-Z, Gloria Estefan, LeBron James, and Beyonce Knowles Carter, are identified as witnesses due to their presence or knowledge of the events surrounding the freak-off orchestrated by defendant Diddy. Wow. And freak-off, of course, is something that we've heard many times before, both in Combs' criminal case and other civil cases, to describe these prolonged sexual episodes, usually with sex workers. But Manzaro is suing Sean Combs. He is suing a man named Eric Mejias. He is suing Brendan Paul, who's been described in another lawsuit as Sean Combs' drug mule, Emilio Estefan, who is married to pop superstar Gloria Estefan, and Adria English, who filed her own lawsuit against Sean Combs, claiming she too was a victim of sex trafficking. By the way, it's interesting he's not suing these other celebrities that I mentioned, like Jay-Z and Beyonce and Gloria Estefan, possibly because he doesn't believe their alleged liability amounted to a civil claim, but seems to want to call them as witnesses at a trial, although I have to imagine they will do everything in their power to quash any subpoena should this case progress, and we'll talk a little bit more about whether or not it will.
Through all of this, 50 Cent insists he's one of the few with nothing to hide. He's openly said that, unlike others, he never entertained the type of behavior associated with Diddy's gatherings. While Hollywood circles often whispered about what went on at those parties, 50 says he kept his distance, emphasizing that he never wanted to be part of that scene. To him, that decision not only preserved his reputation, but also allowed him to shine a light on what others were too afraid to admit.
The world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I say, no, some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all their memes. I can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn freak off. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. But I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because It's like people, it's so many things, people say so much stuff, but you know, that one, it was, your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
Another name surfacing is Leonardo DiCaprio. Beyond his usual tabloid headlines, he's been spotted at several of Diddy's high-profile events. These appearances have raised questions, as people wonder just how much some of Hollywood's biggest figures knew, or ignored, about what was allegedly happening at those parties. The fact that his name is even mentioned shows how wide this web has become.
When you were dating J-Lo, Will Smith and Jada tried to pick her up on a threesome and you were going to beat up Will Smith. Is that true? You really heard that? What? Yeah, I watched it on the internet. You're telling me I can't believe everything I read? What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Now, attention is shifting toward 50 Cent's upcoming documentary, which could be the most explosive chapter yet. Interestingly, it was Diddy himself who teased the project back in December 2023, before 50 took over the narrative. The series, set to release soon, promises not just gossip, but a deep dive into the mechanics of Diddy's alleged empire. According to 50, the documentary is designed to lay out how the operation worked and who benefited from it. For celebrities who once stayed silent, the countdown to its release has them on edge.
You're not worried that if you throw little and you don't throw out allegations, but like you kind of poke fun at them.
You just ask questions.
You're not worried that it comes back your way. Like people dig up your past and try to pull stuff up.
I don't got shit in my past. I'm not.
Everybody got a little bit.
Look,
like,
I took.
Not
I
that it's
took,
real
no,
enough.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I didn't fucking give her a drink so she forget what the fuck happened. What the fuck is going on here, bro? Yes, I took the drinks. I gave me the fucking drug to perform. So she can remember and possibly love me for that.
Did it work?
What the fuck? Yo, bro, look, I'm doing pretty good. Like, doing pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, but I'm just saying, this is the opposite of normal shit that we're talking about, bro.
That is why. I don't know why it's so hard for people
so
just
for
to
people to feel like
shit is
you
weird.
would have something or you would have reserved energy because you feel like you was doing it too. This is people that are looking on separation between their hardships or their the things that they got going on that would be issues and what a celebrity's issues would be.
Wait, what does that mean?
They think all celebrities are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right. And when you see, if I wasn't saying anything, guess what? You could safely say that a person on the outskirts that is not involved in hip hop culture could think that everybody in hip hop culture is with that shit.
You have something huge coming up, which is a documentary about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now. And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
but I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
But was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. I'm just a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go to the 90s and Keefe D said he paid him to kill Tupac.
Yeah.
So look, like you get the craziest accusations. You had TMZ created a docuseries that went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall of Diddy.
You're one of the first persons in entertainment to really call out people and kind of have that authority in that, to be able to call people out. I mean, which is pretty amazing. You're kind of, in some ways, draining the swamp of Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't have a support system. I don't have a support system of a peer group of artists that I require to do what I'm doing. I've had to be on my own from the beginning. So I don't necessarily have a responsibility to behave a certain way according to them.
Another celebrity that's big is Leonardo DiCaprio.
When Leo isn't looking for girls half his age to eat, he's apparently at Diddy's freak-off parties.
And I'm sure that's probably not public information yet, but who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
Yes,
right?
without a doubt, you are invited.
That is so generous of you. Cheers to that.
Usher, Odell Beckham Jr., Terrence Howard, and Justin Bieber have also been linked to Diddy's circle. Orlando Brown, a former child star often dismissed for his behavior, has claimed he knows about entertainers living double lives. 50 Cent has long suggested that certain men in the industry agreed to compromise situations in exchange for fame and financial gain. Terrence Howard himself has spoken about the sacrifices people make for success, and those words now seem more haunting than ever. As these names surface, the industry faces tough questions about what it takes to climb the ladder and what it costs in the long run.
Netflix docuseries that you've been working on. Diddy do it?
Right.
You've been saying for years that you feel you knew Diddy's character.
Right.
Yet you said you weren't a part of that lifestyle. You weren't going to the parties. So what makes you so absolutely sure that these kinds of allegations that we've seen against him are true?
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations. I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else. But I did feel uncomfortable with the way you would present the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it. Just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like, when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them, and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like, when people don't remember being violated for 20 years, it makes me feel a little hard.
What are your thoughts on the allegations against Jay-Z?
That was interesting. When I was saying things, not knowing exactly what I was saying, but I was going with, like, where's Jay at? He's mad quiet. Like while the Puffy thing was going on. But it's obvious now that his team was being made aware that he was in those allegations also. So I hope it works out, because with his family, the things that go on internally is that those accusations are crazy.
Recent court filings have intensified the scandal even further. An amended complaint accuses Diddy, along with others, of orchestrating an assault against a woman as an act of revenge. Surprisingly, the lawsuit also mentioned comedian Drusky and NFL star Odell Beckham Jr. Both names immediately made headlines, as the case suggested their involvement in events that shocked the public. If true, it would show just how far-reaching and coordinated these acts were.
It's kind of interesting. I think that civil suit turned into a look. They looked at it like maybe it's a criminal situation.
Right.
A little early, and it could have been the same lobbyists and the same people that use their connections to make that happen for Puff.
Is that kind of why you was going hard on him the last couple years? Is it because of the liquor situation? Because, to be honest, since the situation he's in now, it's kind of like you fell back on him. Was this all over the liquor, or you just said?
Well, most of that was motivation. That was competing,
right?
For with brands, and he was ahead of me.
Right.
Because he had been working on Ciroc and stuff like that. And then integrating it into our culture with Coco Loso and different things with different people connected to it. So, yeah, that's what that was. But when you look at, he would do a lot of foul shit. Like, behind the scenes, he would do some foul shit.
Drusky, however, has strongly denied the claims. In a public statement, he explained that back in 2018, the time the alleged incident took place, he wasn't even known in the entertainment world. He says he was living at home with no industry ties, making the accusations impossible in his view. He described the inclusion of his name as not only false, but also deeply damaging. While he expressed sympathy for real victims of abuse, he made clear that he believes this is an attempt to twist the legal process with fabricated narratives.
And that's what it f***ed up at. You can tell me Pup going away for a long time, bro, but do you not hear the of Meek Mill? Do you not hear all of the shake it off, take that of Will Smith? Can you not give me the Oh God, oh God, oh God of TD Jakes. I just don't want to be in the room where niggas be actually doing this, man, because that's crazy for a real Crip to pull up and be like, yo, my nigga, like, check this out. Like, I really heard Carl Winslow in there. Like, yo, I was like, yo, getting slapped like that. Slap. Who was he banging this out like a... Next thing you know, he walk in there and it's actually my mother.
Is Diddy a dangerous man?
Nah, you missed the fact that was my mom. Like, that was Jaguar Wright getting... It's Carl Winslow, you know.
I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process, I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is?
Police prosecutors have also introduced new evidence they believe connects to the civil lawsuits. While much of it remains sealed, legal experts suggest it points to disturbing behavior patterns, including allegations involving minors. Reports mention dozens of lawsuits, over 3 dozen in fact, along with video evidence said to show Diddy mistreating Cassie. If this is accurate, it would establish a consistent track record, making it even harder for Diddy to escape accountability. The clock appears to be ticking against him.
Just all get while
were you at any of the Diddy parties, or did you miss that?
What the? Where did that come from? How did that? Of all questions.
Wait, did you miss that train?
How did that go?
That train might have left the
that
station,
train took
but
off
you
from
were
the
right
station.
there.
Yeah,
You were right there to get on that.
That train took off from the station for sure.
You were close.
Yeah.
I wasn't at that train station.
You left early? You left early?
No, that was down the street from me. I wasn't there. No.
Did you ever meet Diddy?
Yo, what the fuck?
Bro, yo, I forgot you
He's
actually
like,
might have.
I've seen pictures with you there.
Speaking of Cassie, it's now confirmed that she will be called to the stand. Her testimony could be one of the most damaging pieces of this case, as she spent years by Diddy's side and witnessed how his operation allegedly ran. Gene Deal has already pointed out that Cassie's civil suit was instrumental in exposing the criminal allegations we're now seeing unfold. What she reveals under oath may ultimately seal Diddy's fate in court.